thank you for joining us for the Lakefront News. I'm Mariana Salazar. Spring break 2018 is over. How did you spend your week off? We talked to students on campus to hear about what they did.
That's right, spring break came and went. I spoke to returning Our Lady of the Lake students to hear some of their adventures they had over the break. For one student, they went out of San Antonio to go and visit family and friends at home. Another student took a trip with friends to the river in San Marcos. One student even said they just stayed in their dorm for a little R&R. However you spent your spring break, we welcome you back to Olu. Reporting for the Lakefront News, I'm Alex Escobar.
The recent school shootings in the nation have sparked a conversation on student and staff safety. Our Lady of the Lake Police helped with the discussion by hosting an active shooting training. Our Chloe Brown has more on this story.
In light of recent shootings around the nation, Our Lady of the Lake is taking active measures to inform its community. An active shooter training will be held on March 22nd at 7 p.m. in the Blue Room in the Providence Hall. According to officials, shootings are on the rise in the last 2 years when the program first started. Olu community is invited to join in training where topics are covered from barricade methods, securing doors, knowing all your exits, and the active shooter training method of avoid, deny, and defend. Officials say that it is better to be informed and not use the information than be in a situation without it. Reporting for Lakefront News, I'm Chloe Brown.
Our Lady of the Lake University is hosting its first annual Coloring Outside of the Lines event. This event is hosted by Delta Alpha Pi and will showcase authors' publication and artists' work. Several authors will be present and everyone is invited to submit their art. This event will take place Friday, April 6th in the Providence West Social Room. The reception will begin at 5:30 p.m. and the program starts at 6.
Anyone can enter. We ask that you stay away from visual media because we would like to print this out in a publication. So anything that can be printed and seen. So mixed media, pictures, all wonderful.
For more information on submitting your artwork, you can email dapi@olusa.edu by April 2nd, 2018. Fraternity and sorority involvement helps promote the core values that live here at Our Lady of the Lake University. Celeste Pineda tells us more about how the organizations are gearing up for Greek Week.
Sororities and fraternities are gearing up for Greek Week, which is set to take place the first week of April. According to sources, Greek Week is a week-long social that allows each sorority and fraternity to put on different events in an effort to get the Olu community involved. All events are usually free and in the past have included karaoke, game nights, and even an indoor soccer game. Our Lady of the Lake has 4 sororities and 2 fraternities. Each organization must get prior approval for their events from Student Government Council Advisor Scarlett Alonso, who offices right behind me in the Wharton Building. Reporting live for the Lakefront, I'm Celeste Pineda.
Our Lady of the Lake's 10th annual Fiesta medal is almost here. Lakefront reporter Denise Cornell has more information.
Our Lady of the Lake is unveiling its 10th annual Fiesta medal, and it's all happening right here in the University Mall area. The box of medals has not yet arrived, however, the anticipation is weighing in. On March 22nd, around community hours, students, faculty, and staff are welcome to come out and view the Our Lady of the Lake 2018 Fiesta medal. They will be on sale shortly after for $10. Cash or credit will be accepted. The bookstore sold about 600 medals in just 3 weeks last year, and they expect this year's medal to go just as fast. Reporting for your Lakefront News, I am Denise Coronel.
March Madness is returning to the Alamo City, and the anticipation is reaching a peak. There are many events planned for Final Four week, and among them is a fan fest. Our Destiny Camacho has more on the event.
With March Madness underway, San Antonio is gearing up for the Final Four. The Alamo Dome will be hosting the final matches and the festivities have been announced. Along with the music festival, basketball fans can enjoy FanFest. FanFest is presented by Capital One at the Henry V. Gonzalez Convention Center. The event starts on March 30th and will last until April 2nd. FanFest is a sports celebration that includes a home run derby, a rock wall, and much more. College students can enter the convention center for free when they present their school IDs on March 30th. If you can't attend on the 30th, admission is only $10. Don't miss the opportunity to meet celebrity guests or take that perfect selfie with the championship trophy. Reporting for the Lakefront, I'm Destiny Camacho.
Stay with us after the break for your sports news next.
Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. Why would you do that?
Probably okay isn't okay. Call a cab, a car, or a friend.
Good choice.
Our Lady of the Lake University's men's basketball team ended its season after falling 76-89 to William Penn University in the quarterfinals round of the 81st annual NAI Division First Men's Basketball National Championship, Saturday, March 17th. The Saints concluded the 2017-2018 season with a record of 23-12. The Olu Saints baseball team swept its first series of the season against Red River Athletic Conference opponent, Huston-Tillotson University, HTU 13-5, 4-0, and 4-1. The Saints moved to 14-17 overall and 6-3 in conference. The Saints will host Texas A&M University Texarkana in a 3-game RRAC series on March 23rd and 24th. On Friday, March 23rd, the Saints play at 6 p.m., and the doubleheader on Saturday, March 24th, begins at 1 p.m. The Olu softball team won one of the 3 games against LSU Alexandra, March 15-16, 2-9, 4-1, and 1-2. The Saints moved to 11-3 in the Red River Athletic Conference and 14-6 overall. The Saints play their 3rd game against Huston-Tillotson University that was postponed earlier in the season on Tuesday, March 27th in Austin. They return home to host Jarvis Christian College Thursday, March 29th and Friday, March 13th in the Red River Athletic Conference 3-game series. Coming up after the break, meet our Sister of the Week. Welcome back. Every week we sit down and talk to one of the Sisters of Divine Providence and hear their story. This week we are welcome to hear Sister Pearl Cesar's story.
I've been a Sister of Divine. I entered the Sisters of Divine Providence in 1961 and made my first vows in 1963. So I have been a Sister of Divine Providence for 55 years. I wanted to become a sister since I was 5 years old because that's when I met my first cousin who was a sister. At that time her name was Sister Amelia Clare. She later went back to her baptismal name, which was Irene. So she was Irene Caesar, Sister Irene Caesar. And when I met her when I was 5 years old, I decided then that I wanted to be just like Irene. And that was reinforced when I went to kindergarten at 5, and then 1st grade through elementary school and high school to the Sisters of Divine Providence. And for me, they were the ideal women. They were outstanding women in my life. They were dynamic, they were energetic. I loved that they totally devoted their lives to God, and I wanted to be like them, where I totally devoted my life to God, like my cousin, like all the sisters that taught me. And so they were my motivation. I loved teaching. That I did enjoy. However, I realized that if I was going to make a difference in the world, that it had to be beyond the classroom. And so in 1976, when I came to, I had worked with a sisters lobbying group in Washington, D.C. called Network. But in 1976, I came back to San Antonio, and Communities Organized for Public Service, COPS, was 2 years old at the time. And I worked with them. I organized with COPS. And I knew when I started organizing with COPS that that was my calling as a sister.
Good that you do.
As of right now, I'm the Superior General of the Order, which means that, as my great-nephew says, I'm the head nun. I'm in charge of what happens to our sisters. I'm in charge of what happens to our order. And so it's an honor to be the Superior General of the congregation. What it means is I'm the leader of the sisters, and they elected me to be in this position for 6 years. I've been in this position now for 8 months, and so I have about 5.5 more years. To the students here at Our Lady of the Lake, I would say follow your dreams, develop yourself, finish your education. That's the most important thing they can do. Is finish their education so that they can develop themselves to be the most productive people they can be in their lives.
Thank you for joining us for the Lakefront News. I'm Mariana Salazar, and we will see you next time.